What's good, y'all? I'm Corey. I've been a friend of Cam for a long time. I don't know where to go from there.
Hi guys, I'm Sierra. I'm Cam's older sister. I've been in his life for 26 years. I think he's 26 or 25, one of those. But yeah, I've been there all his life, so that's me.
Hi everyone, my name is Sergio. I go by Serge in the group. I've been a friend of Cam's for many years now and his family.
I'm Shania. I'm Lelane's youngest sister and Cameron's sister-in-law. This is my first time outside of the country. We're here in Africa and I'm very much excited.
Why Africa? Why Africa? Why are we here?
Why Africa?
I don't know. Ask my husband.
So the reason I wanted to come to Africa, growing up as a kid, I've always been obsessed with animals. And just being a child growing up in California, we went to San Diego Zoo so many times. That's one of the most famous zoos in the world. So that was always the best I thought it can get. And getting to the NFL and just seeing that, wow, I might be able to make my childhood dream possible. So me being able to be here in Africa right now, it feels surreal, and it still doesn't feel like it's even possible to just go to the other side of the world. And especially me being half Filipino, half Black, being able to spend so much time in the Philippines and see that side of my culture. Now being here in Africa, in the motherland of that side, I'm able to just see it all and be able to really immerse myself in every culture. Today was really fun, being in the town in Arusha, being able to see all the locals and see the things besides the safari. Because growing up and just everything, when you think of Africa, you think of the safari, you think of the animals, but being able to see the locals today and being able to just see what the everyday life is, that was super fun for me.
The trip, it was like spur of the moment. He knows anytime he calls me when it comes to traveling, like, well, in general, anything, I'll be there, but traveling, that's something we both enjoy, so he can call me at any time during the year and I'm gonna get ready for it.
For me, the trip prep was kind of fun. Well, we found out about the trip like a month ago, so it's kind of hard because I like to online shop, so I had to like order everything like ASAP when he told me about the trip. And you know, like Temu and Shein, all the cheap places that I shop at, that takes like 2 to 3 weeks to like come through, so I had to hurry up and hop on that and order all my stuff. Other than that, when Cam came home on the weekends with Lane, we would all like shop together in person.
Wow, honestly, coming like here, it was very exhausting but fun. It was fun because I had my people with me, but yeah, it was definitely my longest trip. I slept most of the time. It was, I think 3 flights to get here. One of the flights was 11 hours. That was a very long time. I know I've done the Philippines, which is also very long, but this one was just different. Layovers and stuff, but yeah, it was fun, you know, traveling with Cam's sister, Sierra, my friend Corey. It was very fun. We ate good food, laughed a lot, and we made it. It was, like I said, it was exhausting. I'm still feeling it. I'm trying to get over the jet lag, but I'm excited to be here and no time for sleep. It's time for the movie, so let's go.
Since it's my first time outside of the country, of the Philippines, it's a little bit overwhelming for me. Like, I got sick, long flight, but it was so much fun realizing that I'm finally flying outside the country.
Yeah, he planned everything. Actually, it's my first time seeing him really like plan everything like step by step and doing his research, because most of the time, shout out mom, she's doing all the research.
She does everything. But this is our first time.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see in this video,
and I'm proud
we're traveling
of him.
with a bunch of kids. We're
Yeah.
still kids, like we're the kids of our
know.
families.
I can't
And we're
believe
traveling
we're
with
here.
no adults. Like, I know
can't
everybody's
believe
older. I started a Google Doc.
Everybody's free.
I started a whole list of everything that we need to do, because when it came to this trip, I told everybody, we're going all out. I want to be able to do this trip exactly how I want it. But still, none of us are real adults, so we'd be lost. So shout out to my mom and also Roan Travel.
Yes, travel
You guys
agency.
setting this
Oh my
whole
God.
thing up for us. We made sure to get the best content team that we can. So we brought Jay, we brought Ken, we brought Kayla. We just had to make sure that we bring everybody. And just being out here, just being able to capture content and put on a show for everybody back home and really inspire people to travel has been one of my passions. And even though it's early in our journey of creating content, I just had to make sure that I'm always traveling with the best people. So just make sure that you guys shout out to them.
Morning, my guy. We're doing a city tour today. All right, we about to tour Arusha with my boy Sal. He's gonna put us on game.
I'm camera shy, it's day one, so I still gotta get used to this. not used to be on camera with Jay, so we'll see. But we're about to go on the city tour. Not sure what to expect.
So Arusha City Tour today. Don't know what we have in store, but we're gonna see. Because all I know is it's a nice city. We're gonna learn some history, but I know all I get to do today is learn about the culture, and that's what I'm most excited for. Let's go.
You excited?
Of course, man. You know, our life is nothing but an adventure. Shout out to my brother, man. Changed my whole life. You know, he brought me closer to God, and he gave me the opportunity to see the world, meet nice people like you. You know, just done so much for the people, and then you get to enjoy life like this. It's amazing. We out here in Arusha. I don't know what we're gonna see, but very excited.
Definitely did a lot with Sal. He took us to the Tanzanite, hopefully I'm saying it right, Tanzanite experience.
I think that the Tanzania experience was pretty cool when we went there because they showed us like a room, like a replica of how it actually looks and how like the process is, and they showed us like a YouTube video of how it came about and everything.
It's almost like it's in a hidden location. So they have like a little door in between where they can only allow a group in at a time. So they'll let one group in and then they'll open the door, let you in, and then wait for the other group. It's kind of like Icebox. That's the first thing I said when I walked in. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's a jewelry store in Atlanta where all the rappers and stuff go.
I really love like anything, even if it's like a simple slipper. Like I just want to know, like if I know the story behind Tanzanite, that they said it's like 1,000 rarer than a diamond, and it's like next to sapphire. And I'm really a fan of that, and knowing the story behind it, the Maasai who found it back in the 1960s, it's like crazy hearing it and like seeing it in person.
The women's market was an interesting part because when they brought it up, I had no clue what a women's market was. Then he told us it's because it's ran by women, and really all the business owners there are women. So I thought it was really cool. And it kind of reminded me a lot of the Philippines, walking around the streets in the Philippines, getting street food. But this one was really all just getting produce, a lot of grapefruit, and a lot of fish, chicken, a lot of just the everyday things that people need there. So it's cool. So that was probably the most local part of the whole city. Like that's where everybody goes to get their stuff.
The markets out here are like super crazy busy compared to like the markets in the United States. Like everyone's walking around, everyone's buying stuff, everyone's selling stuff, and the women are on the streets like sitting down, literally like picking the fruits and like picking at them and all of that. But yeah, it was super busy. The fruits out here are so much bigger than the fruits that we have back at home. Like Blaine was holding an avocado earlier, and that looked like that was about like 10 pounds. It was huge. So it's nothing compared to like what we have.
Walking through the market, you know, you get a lot of stares. It's like, but they want you to interact with them. So the kids are walking up to you, they're happy, shaking your hand, giving you fists. We got to see Cam and Lane hold a chicken.
It was just random. There's chickens in the middle of like the alleyway of the markets. And we're like, oh,
Yeah.
can we hold those?
Then they
and the
try
guy
to
was
they
yeah.
try to give us the chicken with the cut off head, the dead one.
Oh, I didn't even see that part. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
putting it all in
That's
her
crazy.
face.
Cam was scared. Cam was super scared.
I was not scared, by the way. So we get to the end of the women's market, and there is the men's area, right? So they're all chilling there, having fun. Corey was rapping for some of the locals because they said he looked like a rapper. So then we got to the chicken area, and there was those cages of chicken. I'm scared. No, I'm scared. Nah, they're gonna bite. They bite. No, they bite.
I'll do it.
You won't do it.
I'll do it.
You'll do it?
I'll do it.
Lane will do it?
I'll do it.
No way.
Lane, turn around.
Nah, she crazy.
Okay, I'm next then. Wait, put it that way. There you go. Put it that way.
Bro, they don't bite.
All right. So I held the chicken because I was not scared, and I had it in my hand, and there's no fear in my heart whatsoever, and it was just the easiest thing I've done probably in all of my traveling. I've skydived, I've done everything, but holding a chicken is probably the least scary thing I've done, so that was easy.
What I saw, Lane was the brave one and volunteered to hold the chicken. Cam wanted to at first,
Yeah,
but he got
crazy.
scared. And Lane was like, oh, I'll do it. Like, she just volunteered herself. And then after Cam saw that, then he was like, okay, I'll do it. But he just wanted to do it for the videos. So.
My next favorite part was probably going to the beginning of the women's market and seeing the mangoes. First thing that I noticed was all the produce was huge, so I grabbed a mango and I put it next to Sierra's head. She was the one that said I was scared, so I put the mango next to her head and it was the same size. So seeing that and seeing also the avocado that was also as big as her head. Since she said I was scared, just knowing that's probably the funnest time of the whole thing, just having fruit that's larger than Sierra's head.
Yeah, if there's no cameras around or no content being created or anything, Cam would not have held that chicken.
No,
voluntarily.
I
Lane
personally
would have, because Lane held a starfish in the Philippines. She grabbed it from the bottom of the ocean.
I think Cam
picked
would
it up
have
and put it on me. So I already know Lane's the brave one here.
We thrill seekers. Like that's how, that's the type of thing he does. So I think we'd have held it.
African art gallery. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love. I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah, so the art gallery was very, very fun. It was, I'm glad we were able to do that, to see Africa's culture through their art, because, art is very universal.
So when we went to the art museum, one thing that I found was really interesting with their art, everything is super colorful. Like all the colors of the rainbow are in there, and that's like my favorite part that I liked about everything. Everything was different. It wasn't just like a few certain boring colors. It was like everything was colorful.
Everything is just beautiful, and I always see it in pictures, like magazines and the internet, that they're all about colors, and they're very specific about that, and the artwork and hearing the stories behind it.
The coolest part of the art gallery for me was probably just the whole business model that they had. All the art in there was from local artists that are able to put their art in there for them to make money, but also a portion of it is going to organizations to help people around this town. So it was just cool being able to see that they have a heart for the people in there, and I don't think the art gallery is really making much money off the people, because they're giving everybody a chance to make their own money and also benefit people that can't make money for themselves.
Also, like hearing the stories that they actually have the foundation, that they're helping the locals. They just want them to learn how to make the souvenirs so they can help them for whatever they need to survive, like an everyday living, to give them like something to do, and they're just happy to do it, like seeing the videos and everything about it.
So that was cool, and just seeing the super cool art in there, just from sculptures, from brass art, people making art out of metal, to the picture. Probably everybody's favorite picture was the lion there, that when you walk in different ways, its eyes and its head follows you, and it's crazy. Just the fact that people are able to make that type of art.
According to our tour guide, it was called the Africa Mona Lisa. So, Mona Lisa, everyone knows that. Their picture was actually a lion, and the head follows you. So if you walk this way, the head follows you. If you walk right, it's gonna follow you. I thought it was pretty cool. Me and my friends me, Cam and Corey, we were doing it like 3 or 4 times, going back and forth. But what about you? What was your favorite?
One of my most favorite art piece that I saw is the portrait of a lion. They called it Simba. I'm a fan of Lion King, so seeing that portrait and staring at it for, let's just say, a few minutes, it's like so captivating. Like, imagine seeing that in person. Tanzanian people love art.
What I liked about the art gallery was that the art gallery itself, like the way that it's constructed, was like art. Like it was 5 stories tall. My favorite piece was the 43-foot one that they made out of wood. Like I guess it took it was 19 feet high. It took 43 years to make.
One of those, 41,
Yeah,
42, 43 years to create.
The carvings, like the tour guide said that it's all activities that the African people do or the Tanzanian people do. So I like that one.
Those are pieces of art that I think should be world famous, but I'm just glad that we're able to see it ourselves and be able to be surrounded by so many great pieces of art from hundreds of years ago, antiques, to now and recent things. And it's for sure one thing that I want to start collecting, bringing art from different parts of the world to bring to our house wherever we live. So that's one of my goals, and I for sure want to start here in Tanzania with that.
One of the words that I learned today, I just found this out today. It was mambo. I guess that's kind of similar to jumbo, but mambo is more of a like, oh, like, hey, what's up? And then the way that you respond to that is pow? Is it pow? Poa? Poa? One of those. I think it's poa. And then that means like, oh, I'm good, like, I'm fine, I'm straight, like something like that.
One of the words that I learned so far is caribou, and that's just you're welcome. You're welcome. That's like, you know, after they say asante or we say asante, they say you're welcome.
I'll go first because I have bad memory, but I'll say, and I'm probably gonna butcher these words. Say I'm wrong. I already forgot it. Maybe it's the camera, the pressure, but let me think hard. It was it's with a G. Someone help me. I'm trying to figure out how to trying to remember how to say thank you. They told me like 5 different times and I forgot it. What is it? Asante. Asante. There you guys go.
Asante sana. Thank you very much.
Okay. Someone fact check that. Make sure.
The first word that I learned in Swahili is Maisha Yangnui Movie, which means my life is a movie, because you guys know that's the phrase I say all the time. So that's the first phrase that I learned in Swahili. I'm basically fluent because that's the only phrase that I ever say, and that's the only thing I ever say is my life is a movie. So what about you?
The first word that I learned, it's not like that, something like that, it's kind of hard. It's mambo. And the second one is good morning. So it's habara za asubuhi. So that's their good morning, because this morning there was one lady that I asked her, because I just wanted to say good morning, but also I want to learn something new. So habara za asubuhi.
Maisha Yangnui Movie. Maisha Yangnui Movie.
This is a competition.
Maisha Yangnui Movie. Tomorrow is the big day. So we're gonna take one of those tiny little planes.
We have to wake up early, so I'm not looking forward to that. More flights.
I don't like airplanes in the first place, and that's gonna be scary for all of us to fit in one tiny plane for 3 hours. Like, you're gonna feel all the turbulence. But I'm looking forward to what everything looks like right when we land.
We're gonna ride a smaller plane for I don't know how long. Kind of scary. I'm scared of heights, okay?
Little shaky planes that we jump out of when we skydive. And we're gonna take that, fly a few hours, and go to TAASA Lodge. Probably the best, and from what I've heard, the best place that you can do safaris with. I'm excited. I've seen so many people that I look up to in the travel world that have been there and have a lot of great things to say. So tomorrow is the start of my bucket list activity. First of all, bucket list being here in Africa, being able to see the culture. But now tomorrow is the big day, seeing the safari, seeing the animals, and I'm praying that some crazy stuff happens out there on safari. Whether I jump out and just get chased by an elephant and get away, and juke it out, break its ankles, and get free, be safe. I'm hoping stuff like that happens just because I want it to be a movie for you guys to watch.
Yep, so from painting, now time to see them in real life. Animals, I don't know if they're for sure ready for us, but I'm not sure if we're ready for them, so we'll see. Movie.
We're about to get on this tiny plane. We're going to TAASA Lodge now. This is game day. This is officially safari time. I'm excited. Everybody's nervous because the plane is so tiny, but I went skydiving, so in my mind, I'm going skydiving right now, but hopefully we don't have to skydive in real life right now. But look at these planes. This is the most safari, just adventurous thing that you can do. So I'm excited. Let's go. It's game day, safari day, movie, 5 days straight on the whole safari, just Serengeti, just the whole vibe is about to be crazy. Let's do it. officially in the Serengeti. Look at my feet, zoom in on my feet. See the toe socks so I can have extra comfortability while we're standing in the Serengeti. I can't believe this. It's a childhood dream of mine. Simba from Lion King was there. They all did this, so it's our turn. You see, we just took this little baby plane, took that one, landed on the dirt strip, and we survived. What more can we ask for? Thank you, Jesus. It's about to be a movie. I'm in the Serengeti. Leaving Arusha to head here to the Serengeti was kind of a journey. So we had to wake up early at like 6 o'clock. That's whatever, we're pretty used to that on vacation, waking up early, but waking up early to have to drive to a dirt airstrip and just the whole vibe of that was pretty funny just because we were seeing all the planes and we've seen the videos leading up to it, how small the planes are. And I know a lot of people in our group were pretty nervous for that because they've never been in a plane so small.
Our plane ride to come here to Serengeti National Park was crazy because both of us were scared of heights. So we were both like, are you scared? She was like, yeah, I'm scared. I was like, and I'm scared too, I don't do heights. It was like a small plane. I think there was about like 10 of us on there. I'll say like 10. It wasn't shaky. I thought it was gonna be like super turbulent and shaky, but
I was a little nervous because I was like, is this enough weight for this small little plane? And then Cam kept trying to tease me. He was playing La Bamba. It's a movie about a singer who dies in a plane crash.
I wasn't really nervous, but a lot of my friends were, especially like Serge. Corey wasn't nervous at all, but my sister was nervous. They're all looking scared, so I was like, okay, let me mess with them a little. Sergio has seen the movie La Bamba, so I started playing music from that because, spoiler alert, if you've seen that movie, you know what happened. So we're just making a lot of jokes, just having fun with it, really. So it was a journey, just being able to go from Arusha here to the Serengeti and seeing the small planes that we all had to take and then being in the plane ride. Were you nervous at all?
I wasn't nervous at all. Actually, I was really enjoying that ride, especially seeing the view. It's just so peaceful up there. And remember that volcano? You said it's your first time. It's also my first time seeing that really active volcano. Thankfully, it's not active when we were like in the middle.
I wish it was. I wanted to see something shoot out of it.
super. Yeah, it was huge. And then like as we're getting closer, you could kind of see like the animals on the ground. And then we got super close when we were about to land and we were flying over, I think it was like a river with hippos and crocodiles. And then we saw elephants. You got to the grass part, we're like yelling out the window like, "Ow!"
I remember that. Remember that when I told you, Sierra, look, there's like little animals. Like, where? Those little dogs?
I was like, those are animals? Because they're so tiny from high up there. And we were like, oh my gosh, those are animals. But it was crazy to see all that in the air and how big like Serengeti National Park is.
We're flying over and we start getting close enough and our altitude, we dropped a little and we were able to see some animals. So we were all looking over and it felt like literally a sneak peek to our safari. And that's when I started getting excited over the whole rest of our trip because I was like, wow, we're in this plane, we're a few minutes into this whole Africa experience and being able to fly over the Serengeti and see animals just running around, being just in a wide open space. And then you also see the Maasai villages from up top, being able to see that, because I was curious what the circles in the ground were. And yeah, you can see each village over all that space.
So the plane ride for me, I enjoyed it. Like I like plane rides, I like to be able to see everything from so high. Seeing the volcano was dope because I've never seen an active volcano. I've never seen one that big, one in my life in general. It was, like you said, it was a really small plane, which, for them it's like a big deal, but I've been skydiving before, so it didn't really affect me. Landing was a little different. The landing was like, I expected it to be rockier, but the pilot, he got the job done.
It's not that scary as I expected it to be, but remember those little scary moments, like when you feel like we're like going down and then up, and it's like
we both like held on to each other. We're like, do you see something? Like, oh my gosh.
So we landed in the Serengeti, is that right? Okay, I forgot the name of the airstrip, but I missed that moment meeting our guides for the first time. Eric, Ole, Seketo, Sam.
The warm welcome that they gave us, having a full setup, having water there for us, just having food and snacks, and they really took time to not just pick us up and leave. We sat there for at least 35 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, just chilling there, just talking and getting to know them. And that was a really cool part because I just felt like as soon as we got there, the whole rush of life stopped.
Welcome to Serengeti, the beautiful Serengeti. I'm waiting for you guys here, yeah? Yeah. Let's adventure begin.
Shout out all four of them, man. They made our stay something like, it's just so simple. They make everything easy for us. And yeah, they make the whole thing simple. They make everything easy, and you know, they cater to our every move to the point where we feel bad. We're like, you don't gotta pick up my bag. You don't gotta go to the back to get me water. You don't have to put a napkin in my lap, but they make everything so seamless.
Honestly, like I've never been to a place where I've had service this good. It's like Corey said, you know, we almost feel bad because like they're attending to our every need. They're with a smile on their face every time they greet us, and it's just so real to me, honestly. Like I'm just like, I feel bad. Like I tell them something, oh, like you could relax, you could calm down, like it's okay. Oh, thank you.
See, look, bro, just stuff like this. Look,
caterpillar.
Like, we really in the wild.
Make sure I don't got one.
Caterpillar on my leg. I don't know if it's poisonous, so.
Yeah, that's a little scary. Stay away from me. But yeah, long story short, amazing service over here. We love them all, and they're really making us feel at home.
I think the word of the week is just peace. I think we just got there, it had a really overwhelming sense of peace, just meeting the staff here with TAASA Lodge and also being able to meet them, and they feel like family now. It's been 4 days and we've had all this time on this trip, but it feels like we've known them forever. So
we just wore like bummy clothes because we thought we were gonna go to the hotel right when we landed and unpack, like freshen up, eat first, but no. Right when we landed, our tour guides took us right onto that safari jeep after we like ate. They gave us some snacks and drinks, and then we went to the bathroom. We hopped right on that Jeep.
I'd say about 5 minutes into our first drive, I didn't even know it was a drive. I thought we were just driving straight to the lodge just to go settle in, then we'll go start seeing the animals. But literally 5 minutes since we pulled up from the airport, the airstrip, driving to wherever, I had no clue where we were going at the time. We're driving and there's an elephant, a giant elephant. Imagine this being our first animal that we see on safari. An elephant walks right past our car, like right in front of us. And it really woke me up to be like, wow, we're really out here in the wild. Like there's no predicting what can happen out here, what's about to happen, what we're about to see. So being able to start our journey right there and it be an elephant as soon as we get out. Like I'm still fixing my bag, I'm still getting comfortable, still figuring out my seatbelt, like still getting situated inside the whole thing, and just having the elephant pop out of the bushes out of nowhere. It woke me up.
Casually.
Yeah, just looking just like it's in slow motion. It didn't feel real. The second we saw that first elephant, I screamed, I said, elephant, let's go. And I didn't know we had to be quiet. So Eric, our tour guide, he looks like, damn, we gotta be quiet, like, calm down.
You know, as a group, we got in trouble because we didn't know that we weren't allowed to be loud.
Yeah,
so, you know, we got excited. Like, everybody started jumping out of the seats and everything. And Eric's like, shh, like, no, don't do that. Because, you know, you'll startle the animal and you don't know what can happen. We don't know what the animal might do to us.
I cried.
So like right when we got on the Jeep, we were all discussing like, oh, what do you guys think we're gonna see as the first animal? We're all taking guesses. I think I'm pretty sure I said elephant because that's my favorite animal. I want to see an elephant.
Yeah, the second I saw that, I started screaming. I started getting hyped like it was a football game. And I completely forgot that you might scare the animals away. You might get a reaction out of them if you're too loud. So that was a little wake-up call for me to be like, okay, yeah, I need to control myself and just get turned up in a quiet way. Because all week I've been so tempted to just start screaming every time I see an animal.
Yeah, I didn't even try to record that moment. I mean, maybe a little bit, but it's crazy seeing them outside because obviously as a kid you went to the zoo and you saw them like just in a cage and they're limited, but there they have all the freedom. You see like how they eat and everything. It's beautiful seeing them in Africa, and that's really special.
All right, so after that elephant, that's one of the big five. The second was the buffalo. The African buffalo. That was second of the big five. That was the second one right after that. And that's the one that got mad at us and charged us. Then they started telling us the backstories on the buffalo about how dangerous and aggressive they are, and how more than anything, those and hippos are the most feared by the people here in Africa, especially the buffalo. And I didn't know that, and I didn't know how aggressive they really were. Cause they look chill, they look slow, but when you see them move and you see how aggressive it was, that was surprising to us. So then we saw a leopard, and we saw, what else did we see? A leopard was in the tree, and we saw that with its kills.
But initially, no one knew that there was a kill. We were just looking strictly at the leopard, because we're so excited to see it. We see the leopard, and it's just chilling in the tree, sleeping, and then I guess someone smelled something, and then Eric looked to the right, and he was like, oh, there's a kill, it's a fresh kill. So, it was cool to see that a leopard has that brute strength to be able to pull something up twice its size and hang it. And I guess, I didn't know cats climb trees, like those type of cats, big cats. So it was cool to see that it could do something like that.
I knew that. What's the History Channel? There you go.
National Geographic?
Yeah, National Geographic.
We are National Geographic now.
That was another crazy first day, being able to go from the elephant, from the buffalo, now to the leopard, and we're able to see the hippos driving right along the river. There's a lot, so that was pretty cool to see how big they were, but how they look really athletic. When they walk, they have that little bounce to them, like they're light on their feet. Shiny. But then they're in the water, they're just floating around, just chilling, taking big breaths, coming up to the water.
Seeing all of those animals, just like I said previously, you never see them in person to, their actual size. So seeing it, we constantly were getting in trouble because we were just getting so excited, so close to the animals. And, it's we're all trying to spot them, but the spotters, they're different. They just built different. Their eyes, they can see stuff from miles away that I can't see with binoculars.
Yeah, honestly, that just shows their experience, because we'll be driving, and then the spotter Sam, he'll just be like, oh, right there, and then we don't see nothing. We're
like a hawk.
What do you guys see? And the next thing you know, we're driving, and oh, boom, there's more buffaloes or there's baby elephants, and we can't even see them. So that's pretty cool. Their experience. So they're definitely knowledgeable on what they're doing.
So we saw wildebeest. This is a great migration.
Impala.
Topi.
Hartebeest.
Hartebeest. We've seen one of my favorite things we saw was a puff adder, a snake. That was one of my goals, to see a snake this trip. A lot of nice birds, baboons.
Pumbaa,
which is also known as warthog. Mongoose, leopard. Zebras, giraffes, a lot of giraffes. Elephants. Never get tired of seeing an elephant. We've probably seen at least 500 elephants this whole trip. That's a little exaggerated. That's a little exaggerated. There's hyenas. We saw hyenas eating. Spotted hyenas. We also saw vultures eating with hyenas. We saw a lot of cool birds. I can't name all of them, but a lot of hawks, a lot of really predatorial birds. We saw a secretary bird. That's one of my favorite birds. We saw ostriches. We see a lot of monkeys crawling around here at TAASA, so that's cool. They're basically our friends at this point. They try and come get some food from us, but they're not allowed in, so we had to make sure that they don't get in.
We saw hippos in the water. They were pretty cool. I found out that they could hold their breath for up to 7 to 10 minutes, right? It's 7 to 10 minutes, and then they'll come back up for a little bit of water and go right back down. We saw crocodiles. To me, it was a little crazy because I didn't expect two different species to just coexist, and they weren't messing with each other. It was weird.
I don't mean to cut you off, but they coexist because the crocodile know that it can't mess with the hippo. So the crocodile gives them the utmost respect. So they're sitting there in the same habitat.
Feet away.
That's what we learned. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Also, the cool thing is too. Apparently, there's certain areas in the safari that where the tour guides know you'll find this type of animal. And so
and they know all the telltale signs,
everything.
They'll know if vultures are flying around something, that means there's a kill right there. Or if the hyenas are coming in a pack, then they know that there's a kill somewhere around. They have crazy instincts. And then being out here, I never realized how big a safari is, or how big Tanzania is. You can go miles and miles and miles without seeing what you're expecting to see. You'll see something random, but you never get what you want. It's
And I love how Eric just straight up explaining something. Eric is so helpful. He always make sure that we have an idea what we're seeing. Eric is very helpful and informative, the best.
We're trying to think of what we saw on day one. We for sure saw the big five because we were counting down like, we saw 1 so far, we saw 2 so far, we've seen 3. And then right when we got to 4, we're like, okay, we have to see the 5th one. Like that would be the craziest thing ever. We just got to Africa, all of our first times. And if we see the big 5 on day 1, that would be crazy.
Ooh. We saw a black rhino. Those are super rare, but we saw a few of those this trip. So that was really satisfying because not a lot of people see those. We saw a black rhino with its baby. That was the cutest thing ever, seeing them, seeing how fast they can run and how elusive they are. When we were driving home, the day was almost over. We're just ready to get back. Out of nowhere, Eric's driving, slam on the brakes. I think there's a rhino. We're like, how do you guys see this? We're driving full speed down the straight road.
So far.
And they just randomly spot it in the distance, like far. So we're getting excited because, you know, we keep seeing a lot of the same thing throughout the day. So then we start heading back. And for them to see a black rhino, they said that's really rare.
I know.
Because they're so endangered. And
I thought that's a normal thing. Like,
right.
Well, maybe this is just like a normal thing for them. But the fact that they're trying to record everything and they're also like trying to rush.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so I think this is special.
Exactly. And we get somewhat close enough to be able to see it really clearly. And our tour guides, they start taking their phones out to record. So when your tour guide that does this every single day of their life for 12 years, and sometimes some people even more, when you see them take their phones out and excited about an animal, that's how you know that it's like, this is a big deal.
Yeah,
this is a special thing. Right at moments after that, we see the black rhino, and we're driving home, and we're like, we didn't get to see a lion. It's okay, it's day 1. So I throw a bet out there. I was like, all right, first one to spot a lion wins $100. So that's within our Jeep with our group. So we're driving randomly. We're ready, you know, the night's pretty much over. We're just driving back to the lodge, and I see something in the distance, like cross the street a little on our little path. And I'm like, oh, lion, I spotted it. And I said it, and then literally like 2 seconds later, our spotter, Sam, he sees it. So I start saying, I spotted it. I sound like a little kid, like, no, I did it. No, I'm right. Because I wanted that $100, even if it's from myself. Now I don't have to give it to somebody else. So being able to see that, and I felt really cool being the backup spotter. We had Sam as our spotter and Eric as our driver, but I prided myself trying to be a spotter all week because I wanted to see things first. I'm competitive, and I felt really cool that I was the first to spot a lion because it wasn't looking so good for us that first day of seeing anything. So once we saw that lion late at night,
and a baby,
yeah,
right?
a female and a baby, and we were able to pull up. There's one on the left side and one on the right side. So really both sides of our Jeep.
Corey was freaking out.
Everybody's all scared. Sierra's freaking out, thinking it's just gonna jump up and snatch her out of a car. I'm like, be realistic. Come on, it's not gonna happen. Finishing the day when we thought it was over, finishing the big 5 by seeing the lions right at night as soon as the sun went down. That was amazing. So that's a memorable first day of our trip just because we were able to knock out all 5 in one night.
So at the end of the first day, we got lucky enough to see 2 lions on the side of the road. So going into the next day, you know, we wanted to see them broad daylight, so we left real early. We did a morning safari very early. And Cam was the tracker that day, so he was doing his best to try to find one.
Cam got to sit in the tracker seat, and I think he scared the elephants away because they made that noise at us, remember?
Yeah, they're trying to give us this little warnings. It's like, oh, back up, we need to back up. Give us some space.
He was trying to do like an animal sound, I guess, and talk to them, but that didn't work. They got scared. They made that little noise with their little, I don't know, their trunk. Is that what it's called? Their trunk?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but that was cool. We came across, when Cam was in the tracker seat for the first time, we're going up this dirt road, and there's literally a huge elephant just blocking the road. And we're all like, shh, shh, shh. Like, don't say anything. There's an elephant, like right there blocking our little roadway. And we're like, that is so cool.
I was able to get into the tracker seat where Sam was sitting, and we pulled up on a giant family of elephants. And me being able to be in that seat and see a giant African elephant.
Were you scared?
I wasn't scared at all. I was just like, it's really right here and it's huge. It didn't feel real, especially being in that seat, being the first thing, like there's no barrier in between me and this elephant. So it felt like I was standing there on foot just because of where I was. There's no car in front of me. It's my front corner of the seat and then the elephant. So being able to see it right there is nice and close. Twice in a row, seeing it in there in the trees. Then we had the roadblock where the elephant was standing right in the middle of the road.
I think that was my favorite.
That was probably one of my favorite moments.
It's really, I don't know, there's something about it, like you can see everything in his face. I don't know if it's a male or female.
It's a male.
Male, and his eyelashes and all that. It's just amazing. You know, like you always want to record, but that time I'm just admiring him standing there. I'm kind of scared because it's huge.
Right there, yeah, it's huge. You realize the power that they do have.
Yeah.
You drive around the Serengeti, you see so many trees that are broken in half, knocked down, you realize how powerful an elephant really is. So the rest of the day we're trying to track the lions and we get no luck so far.
That was kind of disappointing because, you know, like first day we were so spoiled, like we saw everything.
True.
The second day it's just kind of dry, so you're like, it's just like, I don't want to see them again. Like, I don't know, we still have 3 or 4 days, so that was like challenging, but at the same time, you know that our tour guides, like they know when, like the perfect timing, but still for you, you're just like, you're acting like a kid, like I want to see it now, you know?
Because we didn't see any lions during the daytime, so we're like, okay, let's come back to the hotel, let's eat lunch, let's freshen up, let's go back for a night drive. And then we're hoping to see lions because usually it's guaranteed to see lions at nighttime when they're hunting and eating and looking for their food and all that. We went out, it was dark, it was scary. I think that was the scariest. It was like a horror movie, actually.
So we had the night drive, and it's so cool about the night drive because it's literally pitch black out here. There's no street lights. Only light you have out there is the moon, and it wasn't a full moon, so it was a little crescent moon, so we got a little light, but it was dark.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, where the lions sleep tonight.
So we're going through, and the only thing that you can see is when Sam is holding that spotlight in front of us. We have the car headlights, but he has a spotlight. We're looking around for eyes, and he's scanning through, and if an animal's close, then he'll put the red film over it so it doesn't blind the animal. So it can have them, we can see the animal well, but it's not blinding them because you can see there's a lot of impala at night, there's a lot of zebras, so we're just waiting. We're just keep shutting the engine off, trying to see if we can hear any hyenas or any lions to hear if there's a kill.
And then also at nighttime, we're hoping to see lions, right, during the night drive. What do we see?
Bunnies.
That's all we saw.
Bunnies.
Bunnies during a night drive is crazy. I thought we were gonna see lions and like scary stuff.
We're freezing, so we're just on edge. Like there has to be something out here. We have to see something. So seeing that, but we weren't very successful that night, but it's still just a crazy experience being there at nighttime, being able to really feel the danger that the Serengeti has at night. Just knowing that at any second a lion can pop out of nowhere and get one of these impala or get one of these zebras, and that'll be a life-changing moment if we're ever to see that.
Cam, what we got today?
We got another day, another dollar, another game drive. Today we got the all-day game drive, so we're gonna be out at 7:15 right now. We'll be out till nighttime, get another night drive in. So I'm excited. Hopefully we'll see some lions today. That's the main goal. We'll go see some lions, see some animal eating some breakfast. Many elephant tracks you see. Yeah, so when you see them, it's crossing the river.
Time check, it's 7:20 a.m. and our first animal is a giraffe.
Straight up under the tree, under the hill.
Previously, the night before, we took a fat L,
But you know, the whole time I'm talking to Cam, like, it's all right, we're gonna bounce back. We're gonna bounce back and get the job done tomorrow.
You know, of course, staying positive. You know, I was honestly, I was starting to think like lions were rare because I started questioning our tour guide, like, oh, like, how often do you see lions and stuff? And he was like we see them, just you just like we kind of have to go out and look for them because lions are very sneaky. They hide in grass. They only hunt in the early mornings or in the night. So we definitely had to be strategic about it. But on day 3, we started off like normal. Got up early.
Light things like
elephants, giraffes, normal stuff. And then I think Eric, our tour guide, actually got like walkie that there were some lions.
All of the tour guides work together. So they have walkie-talkies, but then they work together and they let you know like, oh, there's a lion here. And they have no GPS. Like they're getting around just off pure memory and we haven't got lost once.
Human GPS, but yeah, shout out TAASA and TAASA and Eric, best tour guides. But yeah, because they're definitely working together.
And cheesy guangu. Cheesy guangu, man.
So he's driving and he says like, hey, we have something, but it's a surprise. And he didn't really tell us at all. So we're getting there and it was a male and a female lion. So the biggest surprise early in the morning was not one lion, but 2 of them.
The moment that we've been waiting for, the king of the jungle showed up today.
And his wife, they both showed up. It's their honeymoon. So, where's it? I told you this is Lion King. This is the area. It's a male lion too. It's the dad.
Where they're too close to each other, man, all the behaviors can tell this is a mating couple. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna wait a few more minutes. And if it's a new honeymoon couple, then after 5 to 7 minutes, sometime up to 15 minutes, they will mate. And the honeymoon goes all the way to 7 days. So it's gonna be cool to wait and see what is gonna happen here. Look at how the female is so exhausted, yeah? You guys, have you seen the lions mating? All right, the gear's on. Let's see it. First time seeing the lions mating here.
And after a while, the lions, they're both laying down at first when we saw them for like 5 minutes, so they're just laying down lazy. They get up. I think the female one, she peed, and then the male lion got up and smelled her pee. And then he like goes up to her and like brushes her head, like, you know, and then they both get up.
Do it to me.
And he like bites her.
Do it to me.
Oh, he's like, and then he bites her. Let me do that. He bites her like that. And then they both get up and they walk. So she's leading the way and he's walking behind her. They go by this bush and they're like super close to our Jeep. And you just see him doing their business and he's making like a loud roar, a loud little noise. And we're like, oh my gosh.
Listen up. Well, put it down.
That quick? Yeah, that's quick. It's still happening. He's netting. Let's go just for a second.
It happened that fast.
It's like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
right?
literally like 5 seconds.
Like 8 seconds max, and then they're done.
Then get right back at it again, and then the male lion will pass out right again after.
I was waiting for that roar, but no, it's a different roar.
We just saw lions create babies. This is nature right here. You can't even see this on National Geographic. We are National Geographic. This is 3 days work of time hunting, looking for this animal right here. Such a beautiful animal.
Stay here all day too.
Yeah, we ain't gotta go nowhere. We can stay right here all day.
She wants to cuddle, he doesn't.
Making all kind of noise. So it was just funny to see that like wow, this really happens. And we're just sitting there watching it and giving them no type of privacy.
They don't
Kind of
really
awkward for
care
them, but
about
they
like
don't
their
care.
surroundings.
They're just laying there in the grass and just
Focus on
going
each
at
other.
it, focusing on each other. And it was cool just seeing like how consistent nature is and how they're really programmed to do exactly like what Eric told us. Like every few minutes they're gonna do it, and seeing that actually happen in real life, everything that he said.
Who comes across lions in their lifetime that's mating?
When you get up close, then like you could just I don't know, like you could feel the presence. Like that's a dominant animal right there. Like when they stand up, like it's crazy. Honestly, like just the teeth and everything up close. I was a little nervous there.
So while we were there, our tour guide Eric, he was just sharing about the, you know, like the female, they really pick this like big male lion. Like they know what they want to have, like a good, you know, like babies, to have like the same, let's say like body or like how big they are. So it's crazy knowing that they really pick their king, and the same with the king, the lion, they really pick their female.
Every time she moved, he would get up and follow her.
Yeah.
She'd lay down and he'd lay down. And then she peed on the floor, and then she went and left. And then he went and sniffed the pee and started smiling. And it was just funny because Eric said exactly what was gonna happen, that he was gonna snip the pee.
Like he was so happy.
And it's just funny, like I don't know what that means.
That's the indication that she's still like in heat, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I forgot what he said because I was
like,
too busy
that's
laughing.
Like he knows, like, okay, she's still in heat, so I'm happy. Okay.
Dwayne! 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 It's a rock.
An hour goes by, we're taking our drive. We see another two
Younger.
lions.
Yes.
There's a male, there's a female. And we saw them like jump out of the bush, and we're like, whoa, there's like two. And I guess it's mating season for lions.
Let's go. We're about to go see some more lions. Hopefully they don't run away by the time we get there, but we saw them from the super distance. I don't know how they spotted it. Oh look, they're running. It's running. Yeah, the male's in the back. The girl's chasing something. Or are they running from us? We found the lions, guys. This is our second of the day. This is a big boy. This one's beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's perfect. Oh my gosh. He looks perfect. He's looking right at us. Oh my gosh. Yo. This one's beautiful.
So see the man turn off like a super dog.
Yes.
After that, what did we come across after that? We saw 3 lions, remember? On the rock.
Yes, on top of the rock.
Mm-hmm.
This is real life Lion King. This is literally Pride Rock. You see 2 lions sitting on the top. I think there's a third one on the bottom right there with a bunch of wildebeest in the background. There's some buffalo over there. Buffalo behind us, this crawling with wildlife. Oh my.
Really bad. Probably we have to kill somewhere.
We see some rocks that look just like the movie Lion King.
It was literally like the Lion King movie. It was crazy.
It is crazy experience, like seeing them, like, I know we all know Lion King, but seeing them in a specific spot or seeing like on top of the rock chilling, doing their thing, it's like, I was in awe. It's like,
It was 2 younger males just chilling up there, just patrolling the area, looking around at a high point so they could see everything. So then we get another call about there's a female lion, like probably 30 seconds down the road. We get there.
Let's go. We found a lion with the kill. Let's go. No way. No way. Look, on his neck. He's on his neck. It's still alive.
Eric was just telling us that the female, they're really good with hunting because they can hide, like they can lay flat compared to the male lion because they're kind of big.
Alright, so we have a lion literally killing a wildebeest right now. And the wildebeest is still struggling and fighting for his life. I can't tell if it's breathing or not. But the lion is still on its neck trying to kill it and make sure that it's dead before it starts to eat. This is the craziest thing I've seen in my life. This is the one thing we wanted to see here, to see it kill, and we're seeing it killing it actively. And the lion is still biting its neck.
So we got there for a little bit, the early stages of the Great Migration. So as soon as we saw the two lions sitting on top of the rock, we saw in the distance a good amount, probably about 50 to 100 wildebeest traveling, and they're just running, jogging, just vibing around. So we drive there and we see a lion literally with a wildebeest in its mouth, still choking it out, just still suffocating it, waiting for it to die, for it to get its first meal of the day. So the fact that we were able to see a lion finishing its kill, the wildebeest was still twitching and moving and struggling a little, but it was towards the end of its life. And so we sit there for about a minute until the lion finished it off. And as soon as it finished it off, the lion just sat there, just started relaxing, getting its breath back, because she just hunted and got that kill. So the most bucket list thing in my life, like the one thing I came to Africa to see, is to see a lion eat a meal. And we got to see it, not just eating, we got to see the kill. Didn't see the hunt, which I wish we saw the hunt, but we at least got to see it finishing it off when it was biting its neck, and the early stages of it actually eating it. How it goes down to the midsection and just straight up just ripped it open in its private parts and just,
Juicy out. I need all this detailed footage. I gotta be on a great one. Guys, I'm hungry.
Arms open, see all the legs out.
What's happening? She very scared?
She's terrified of everything. She has the safest seat in the Jeep. And she's just chilling up there, shaking. It's on all of our sides of the door. It has a perfectly good wildebeest, and it's gonna take a little tiny human being.
Yeah, that's just nasty, bro. Hella nasty. It's cool, but at what cost? Sick.
My teammates are in practice right now.
I started feeling like weird inside, just because I'm like, wow, this is really, nature's crazy, because you want to feel bad for the wildebeest, but you realize, like they say, the circle of life.
Yeah.
If the lion doesn't eat,
That's
then
how it works.
they can't survive, and it's all part of the nature game.
Look, a buffalo in the water. Oh, water buffalo. Jumbo. We got stuck in little ponds thinking they're in the jacuzzi.
After we saw the kill of that lion, we were just driving along the road, and we randomly stumbled across a lot more lions. I don't know what was up that day, but it was just a day full of lions. So we're driving, and it almost felt too casual, because I know not everybody gets the safari experience seeing so many lions, but we were able to see a lion sitting in a tree, just relaxing, and Eric was telling us that it's not very common. It's common, but the lions aren't the best climbers in the animal kingdom, but even though they're capable, that's not their best attribute. But he explained to us, like, you see how the tree is slanted, it's one of those trees that's not straight up, as if you would see a leopard climb. It was kind of an easy one, so he was just saying how the lion got up there to have a better vantage point to see and to hunt, and just to cool down under the shade of the tree also, especially it was becoming around noontime, so it was getting a little hotter. So
We got another lion. We got a male just chilling and vibing under a tree at the top of the rock. This is confirming that really Lion King was pretty accurate about Pride Rock and how they be chilling up there.
Eric gets another call, and we see a lot of cars lined up. This is before our lunch, so we're driving. You see, I'd say tens of thousands of wildebeest just sitting in that whole area, just running. And he gets the call, and they say there's a cheetah in the area. So we're driving, and we see the cars lined up, and they're looking at something, but you can't see it. Cheetahs are pretty small. And
It was so hard
it was
to see.
almost impossible to see.
Yeah.
So we aren't able to see it. So we were like, okay, we'll go get lunch. We'll go sit down and eat lunch. So we did that. We ate right in the middle of where the Great Migration was happening, where thousands of wildebeest were walking past us. And that was cool. That was one of my goals of the whole trip, was to see the Great Migration, where millions of wildebeest travel up north. Right after we pack up lunch, we go back to the spot where the cheetah was, and we could finally see it. It was popping its head up, laying on its side.
A little bit.
A little bit. It was just laying down, and we could barely see it.
It was actually hard for me to see it. You were trying to show it to me. You're like, okay, look to this tree. You're trying to explain it to everybody. Look straight and then look left. It was so hard because I don't know, for some reason, your eyes is just different. But after, 30 minutes of trying, I'm like, okay, he's there. He's just there in front. Yeah, after that long day of safari, our tour guide, Eric, he just randomly said that they found a cheetah, and it's somewhere near TAASA, which is super random, but we know that, like, he knows what he's doing, and he's our tour guide, so we're like, okay, maybe somewhere near our lodge.
Something's up, because cheetahs are not in the hills. And TAASA's located like on the side of a hill. I'm like, I trust Eric, so I'm gonna just listen to him.
Yeah.
Maybe it wandered off, but so we get to the top, and then there's a surprise waiting for us.
Like, no way cheetahs are up here.
Yeah, in the way.
Hey, Mickey's back!
We won't get into too many details because we want you guys to go to TAASA to see it for yourself.
Experience it.
It was a really cool experience that we were able to get.
Amazing.
With the surprise, just being able to be there with the rest of the guests and also with all the staff too. Vibing with us, the best staff ever, and we had a really cool dinner, and we were able to eat, and while we're eating, there's a bunch of sounds of lions just around us, and we got to eat really traditional Tanzanian food, so.
And a glimpse of like their culture. We will not say anything, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep it brief because it's a surprise, but we were able to be up there and with the view over the roof of the Serengeti, they called it, and we were able to just see everything, just see all the nature and hear all the sounds from on top of a hill. So it was a cool surprise that they were able to give us, but you'll have to go to TAASA Lodge and book a vacation there with them to be able to see the whole experience. Because we'll keep it really brief for you guys.
Day 4. Everybody think traveling with Cam is easy. This man does not sleep. He does not sleep. We are not allowed to sleep on vacation. It's gonna be a lot of clips in here of us in the van sleep, us on the safari sleep. Like, we still awake during, when it's time to see the animals, but man, it's a full-time job traveling with this. So we wake up at 4 a.m. and it's balloon ride day. Travel, I think it's like 2 hours.
What are we doing today?
The hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. I'm excited. And
I've skydived before, so I'm not that scared. Like, I'm not scared at all, to be honest. But, you know, a new experience. I've always wanted to do it, so I'm happy that we get to do it today. And in Africa, it's crazy.
Yeah, him and Cam do all this stuff. I'm usually the scared one, but we're here, so we're in Africa, so I gotta do it. I'm excited though. I'm excited to see all the animals.
Get her, go.
Kind of forced to be here. I don't like heights, as you can see, but Cam's making us do everything, so guess you'll see how this goes.
All right, so as you can see, I got my full safari fit on. It's our second to last day out here, our last full day here at TAASA Lodge in the Serengeti. See in the background, we're about to get on this hot air balloon and just surf the air over all the animals and all the wildlife. So I'm excited for it. This is one of the best things, most vibey things that we can do out here. So I'm excited, let's do it. We got our tea, warm me up, my hands are shaking. It's freezing and I got shorts on, but at least I put some lotion on so my legs aren't ashy, so we're good. Let's do it, baby.
Cam, you've done it before, and me, that's my first time, and that's our first time together. And I'm always curious like how it works, because one of my favorite movie, I don't know if you're familiar, but Up movie, it's about the hot air balloon, seeing it in movies and all that. I don't know, it's like a little bit childish, but for me, it's like one of my dreams. They have coffee, everything ready, tea, the guy who will operate the hot air balloon getting ready, and just giving us seat belts and explaining everything and making sure everybody's there, teaching us how it works and how we need to prepare before we take off.
Pass by close to the basket. Top compartment will load first. To get in the top compartment, the first person, if you have a mobility problem, please let us know. The easiest way to get in is like this. Put your hip up, slide around, slide in, okay?
Thought you would just jump there and, you know, like sit there and they will fire the balloon. I didn't know that you have to do it like you need to, yeah, you have to do that, and then they will slowly, you know, like fire the balloon. Like, it's huge.
Yeah, it just felt so peaceful.
Yeah,
it just felt so peaceful up there. Just how quiet it was, because we're on safari. That was day 4, and all you hear on safari is the bumps in the car, which is really fun, and it is relaxing being on safari, just being rocked to sleep sometimes, but finally being in the air, looking at the animals, and it's just completely quiet, and all you hear is the sound of the hot air balloon going. That was kind of obnoxious, but then we're flying over the river. And we just hear the sound of hippos blowing their air out and coming in and out of the water. You see a lot of crocodiles swimming around, and just hearing the sound of the birds and just everything up there. Mm-hmm. It's almost like the silence is so loud. You know that phrase where you can hear the silence, and that's really how it was.
And it's in Africa. It's like a different experience.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I've done it in Egypt, and that was really cool seeing all the remains, all the monuments in Egypt, but doing it over animals, just knowing that you're getting a different angle, seeing everything, seeing different groups of animals here, there, and there, and these animals eat each other, but they're just chilling in their own space, and it's like, it's really just cool.
Because we're not allowed to fly any drone, so that's so cool that we get to see that from up there.
Jay was happy to finally get his drone footage, because they took his drone at the airport. Mm-hmm. So he was happy. He was just holding it there, like, don't move, this is my drone shot. Mm-hmm. And he's turning, and he's like telling the pilot, no, turn this way. But it was just cool being up there, like a whole different angle, seeing top down from everything. So after we landed, he told us the history, because it's a really big tradition in the hot air balloon world to do a champagne toast after you land, because of the history of the people, the early pilots, celebrating the fact that they finally did it after so many trial and error going through it, and testing prisoners as the first hot air balloon pilots, chickens, rats, and whatever other animals they tested it with when the first humans finally did it and landed successfully. They greeted them with champagne as a celebration.
Whatever they will damage, that's like they're to make peace with whoever owns the property. Like they need to give them champagne.
Yeah.
That's why it became a tradition. It's actually funny to know the story behind it. I thought it's like a big celebration, but I didn't know it's like okay, I need to make peace with the owner.
Because they just probably running into people's houses. Yeah. So we had mango juice, and then other people had champagne. I just stuck with the mango juice because that's my favorite. So then after that, the toast, we move on to a different location, probably a minute down the road.
So when we landed, we had breakfast together. Everyone ate breakfast. That part was cool. And after breakfast, we all got our certificates.
Our first hot air balloon ride, we survived.
And after that, we drove like 20 minutes away. We met up with Eric, our driver, and that's when we went on our safari. And like, I think it was like 20 minutes into the safari, we see hyenas and vultures.
And we thought they was bears.
Yeah,
we thought we seen little bears.
It looked weird, like, and I was like,
with long neck and fat snout.
I was like, yeah, like that's definitely something like we never seen. And then Cam, sure enough, Cam trusted his intuition, and Eric was like, he backed up, and then once he saw it, he was like, oh yeah, let's pull up. And then we went, and then it was crazy. It was elephant. Just
elephant carcass.
Like, yeah, just two bone, like literally. I'll probably say the bottom half was left, just two legs, and it was like probably 15 hyenas. 15 hyenas.
You see the skull, you see the vertebrae, how big the spine is. You see the ribs, the legs, all the skin is still there because it's hard for them to eat the skin, and you just see all the hyenas just crunching through the bones. And Eric was telling us how they eat the bones because they have the strongest bite in the animal kingdom, but also have a really strong stomach to be able to break down the bones. So you just hear the crunching of the bones and them eating away at the kneecaps and just eating everything they possibly can because they're scavengers, so they eat all the remains that the lions ate.
Like I'm pretty sure it's been there for like
a while,
2 or more days, because it's kind of it was stinky.
After seeing the elephant be eaten, we had a pretty eventful day, just seeing all types of animals, the zebras, the giraffes. And later in the day, once again, Eric gets another call, and he said, we think that there's a cheetah in the area. So he starts off-roading, takes us somewhere, driving fast, and you can always tell when there's something cool because Eric starts driving a little more aggressively. He was on a mission to come and find this cheetah. So we get there, and we see the cheetah, not, I wouldn't say in action, but in action. Our goal was to see it run full speed, but we didn't get that. But we saw a cheetah running, jogging, prancing around.
Like I said, our tour guides are pretty good. There's definitely signs there, like all the animals, all the impalas, like they stop and they all stare in one direction. Like, I don't know if it's like their vision, like if they could really see.
They said they got good vision.
Yeah, like good vision, or if it's like their like sense. Like animals probably have a really good sense of like danger or something.
Yeah, and they move like in packs, so they communicate with each other. So when one stopped, they all stopped. Even like the giraffes were stopping too. So when the giraffe stopped, we started to notice like, okay, so there's definitely a cheetah here.
And we're chasing it, and I'm like, oh, I think it's about to get a kill. I think it's about to go hunt. But then we realized, oh, it's just running from us because they're really. I wouldn't say fearful animal, but they kind of avoid any type of problem or any confrontation with other animals. Right after that, we're driving home on the way, and we see something in the distance, and we just see a head pop up. So we're driving, and it's a lion. So we've been getting blessed seeing lions day 3, and now it's day 4. I thought it was our last day, so I'm like, oh, this is a great finish to our trip, and we get to see lions on the way home. So we pull over, and we get there, and we're driving up, trying to get close to it so we can see it. And we see about 20 heads pop up. It's just lion, a whole pride of lions sitting under a tree. And when I tell you, like, this is one of those things, if you're driving through or you're walking through and you're trying to avoid some danger, and you can literally be driving and not see it at all. But the second you get close to it, you see all the heads pop up and looking, and it's lions, you're done. It is our last full day. I'm so sad, but today is the day we get to interact with the locals. We're going to the Maasai village today to be able to play games with them and to see how they live life. I think we have to drink some raw milk and some cow blood. So it might be a struggle, but we're gonna get it down. But it's gonna be a good day because we get to interact with the locals and see their everyday life. So this is one of the parts that I've been looking forward to this whole time, just because I love seeing what the local life is like here. So I'm ready to go. It's early morning, 7 a.m. We're headed there. Gonna have a long day and make the most of our last day here.
Like Cam said, we're gonna try to do some milk and blood. Don't quote me. I may not do it. I may or may not do it. Probably not. But yeah, and then hopefully play some soccer and have fun.
It's our last day. I'm sad. I'm mainly sad about leaving the staff. They are the best people I've ever met in my life. Like actually, every single person here, I'm gonna miss that part. So I don't want it to be our last day. I hope we get stuck here for 1 more.
Come with us.
I really hope we get stuck. We're about to go drink some cow blood, I guess. But my stomach already hurts this morning, so I don't know if I could do it.
Excuses. She's scared.
So it doesn't matter anymore
because we've been eating so good every day, so my stomach's kind of full already. So I don't know if I'm gonna try it, but we'll see.
Don't want to hear it.
Naya might.
Doesn't break excuses. She's been saying for weeks that she's not gonna do it. So what do we expect?
Did you get that on camera of me not saying it?
My stomach hurts today.
No, exactly.
How about Lane? Lane?
Okay, I'm excited.
Yes or no? That's all we need to
I
know.
want to know the story behind it and we'll see. But I want to learn about their culture. I'm excited and I'm excited to meet the locals and just know their story. Yes, so let's see.
What you, Corey?
I'm excited. We get to go see the people in their homes compared to us sitting at the lodge. I mean, it's camping, but we're gonna go see their real lives. And we've had the Maasai people with us this whole time, and they've been really happy to talk about their culture. So to be able to go see it, it's gonna be dope. I'm getting this breakfast in right now, but I know it's probably about to come back up because we're about to drink cow blood and milk. So also excited about that, but just have a good day. You heard me, Cam? I think it's kind of hard to sleep up here.
Don't let go of your blanket.
Corey's doing his job.
It's fun up there, huh? It's not even bumpy.
So we are at the village, Sai village, and excited to learn about the culture. So Ole, Seketo, Dr. Sam, they're very happy to show you their culture. So you guys get ready drinking the blood and milk. It's gonna be amazing to learn how they live. You guys gonna get a chance to go inside, see how the lifestyle is inside and everything. Excited.
Super, so cute. Hello. How are you? Super.
Everybody's really happy to see you guys here, so we're gonna have some amazing experience in the Maasai village, and including taking some blood from live cows, and I'm really happy that some of the people here are gonna have a taste with the one cup. So please welcome.
Yeah. So we're able to go to one of our tour guides' houses in his village in the Maasai. So just being able to go there and see his family, see his people, and just see how he grows up, how he grew up, and also how he lives his day-to-day life, because he still lives there. We got to just really see his whole life, his whole family, his whole village. So we get there and Ole starts telling us the story of just how they herd the animals and just their cows, the sheep, and why it's so important and why they border them around the thorn bushes, and why certain animals are protected more because of their predators. And cows have less predators than the sheep, so they're less protected in there. So then the time that we've all been waiting for, that only Corey and I promised each other that we would do, because everybody else is either grossed out, scared, or just for whatever reason everybody else is scared to do it.
You know, we got the saying, like, we don't travel to not try things. So it's like, I didn't fly 24 hours to not try this blood milk. So
I was dreading this day.
Yeah. So what they do is they wrap the cow with like strings, like straps, and they make the vein pop, like, so you can see it's just big, just thick vein hanging on the cow's neck, and they take a bow and arrow and they shoot the cow right in the vein.
So he gets the bow and arrow. First one, it doesn't puncture. So like, you gotta do it again. So Sam takes the bow and arrow again. Hits it. And mind you, it doesn't kill the cow, so it's not dangerous for the cow at all.
Saketo's wife, she already milked the cow. She went and then she put it right near the neck, and it was just oozing, just catching blood. And it's all in her hands and stuff, and it's like second nature to her. She doesn't even care. Boom, she shakes it up, shake up the milk, and then it's time to go time.
Lame. That's enough. The milk looks good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the milk looks amazing.
Who wants to try?
Hold on.
You gotta finish the cup.
I'm not crazy.
Can I smell it?
Open up the
Wait, let's take our pictures.
We're gonna get it on.
Hold it low so they can see the. Can you guys see what's in it?
Barely.
All right, we're here in the Maasai village. It is ritual for them to drink, or not even ritual, it's regular for them to drink cow blood mixed with cow milk. So me and Corey about to try it. I'm scared. I apologize if I spit it out.
No disrespect.
No disrespect. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. I'm scared out of my mind right now, and I'm about to cry and I'm shaking. But let's do it. Ready?
Actually, swallow it.
You talking all weekend. You better be
on the
here with
sideline,
us.
bro. Come get busy if you're gonna be talking.
Dude, I'm shaking like.
1, 2, 3, y'all, come on.
I love you, brother.
Wait. It smells like when you have steak and the juice at the bottom. You know, the juice is on the bottom of the steak. All right, we're doing it?
Yeah,
you better actually drink it.
Come on, bro. I didn't come to Africa tonight.
All right, ready? 3, 2.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's terrible. He's laughing at me.
It's really not that bad.
Damn, cow. Oh, how tasty it look like?
Like milk, but like
He's still going?
yeah. It's really not bad.
Oh my gosh. He's actually doing it.
No disrespect. Sorry.
He's got tears in his eyes and everything.
It's really not bad. It tastes like milk.
Corey and Cameron tried it, and that was a good reaction.
We start pressuring other people. Lane doesn't do it. She folded. So we're looking around, we're just calling everybody, oh, you're scary, you're soft, oh, you're not a man. So then we get Jay and Ken to do it, and they drink the whole cup. I'm like, they're scared of it at first, and Ken tries it, so Jay's like, all right, I gotta do it. So they both do it, and they're both like, hey, give me some more. I'm like, I'm over here throwing up, and they're just drinking it for fun.
I guess they're competitive people, and if one does something, the other has to, but the other has to do it better. So I guess they're super competitive, which is funny.
Let's go. Chug.
Just a little. Wait.
Chug.
That one's straight blood.
How this like?
Hakuna Matata!
Good is good.
I'm not gonna smell it. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, you got the pinky up too, yeah. How this like?
Oh, yum.
Jay hit it and they killed it.
And Jay actually liked it.
Yeah.
Jay drank like half of it, I think. So, how your stomach feeling now, Jay? Good.
The kids, oh my God, the kids. Oh my God, they were fighting over it.
And I was like chocolate milk to them. No, I'm not lying. They were like, give me that.
They were going ham.
Like,
Sam had to like tell them stop, like no, like.
And the kids are drinking it easy, like they're asking for it, and I'm just looking around like, these people are really cool. Like the fact that they're able to do this and enjoy this. But I was proud of me, Corey, Jay, and Ken for trying it, and especially for them three liking it. I got some down, but like I said, I threw up, so I feel like that's a little fold right there. But I'm just proud that I did it.
Okay, so the moment we enter the Maasai village, it's just amazing seeing. Actually, I noticed there's a lot of women who's like walking and carrying this thing. And one of our tour guides, Ole, he was just explaining about their tradition that women's really do a lot of things for their family. You know, they need to wake up really early to get water. I don't know how far. And that's also another thing which is really cool because TAASA, they helped them and they started this project to help them get water. It's really cool learning about their culture.
And also cool being able to go inside of his house and see literally how they live. We got in there and they had a little fire in the middle of it with some ventilation up in the ceiling to let some of the smoke out. But the fact that there's no electricity there and they have a little solar powered lamp in there, and that's probably about it.
Crazy part I noticed about it is like inside that little hut, they still have like separate rooms. Like rooms for women and rooms for men, and rooms for cows, like the cow's babies. And I asked why. He said, oh, we need to protect it from hyenas because hyenas tend to hunt them and kill them at night while they're sleeping.
I think the way that they make the houses and like their huts, they mix it with poop
and
I think cow poop and mud. They mix that together, and that's how they start off by building like the huts. And they have at least 1 to 2 women or 1 to 3 women that helps build it. And it takes at least 2 to 3 months to do that on their own, and that's their job. They do that for the husband.
That was very beautiful seeing Sequoia. Sequeto, sorry. A little tongue twister for me, but yeah, seeing their way of life, the Maasai. And shortly after, we actually went straight to the schools where the local kids go to school.
We had a chance to meet with the principal, and he gave us a tour. We had a chance to see, what they're doing there about their water and what TAASA did to help them.
So when you book here, a little bit of the money goes to the actual, Tanzanian
to help
people.
them out, so bring them to.
They got them running clean water. At the school, there's running clean water. They have a nice restroom, and that's just all to the benefit of the people. It doesn't just, go out into thin air.
Then had a chance to meet the students.
That was one of my favorite parts, being able to go to the classroom and interact with the students. I met one of the boys. His name was Ndepa, and he had his math out, and I'm like, ooh, let me see that. And I told him, show me the hardest problem in this whole book, and I'll solve it for you. And basically trying to help him with his homework. So he flipped pages, stuff he hasn't learned yet. He's like, ooh, this looks hard, try that. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm helping them with the math homework. I told them find the hardest problem that we could find, and it's kind of giving me some problems. I think it's A. Okay. I got it right, but there's one time in that problem I was like, I completely forgot how to do this. But just being in there, being able to see what they're learning and see the kids taking detailed notes, and we were able to just look at what they've been up to, hearing what they wanted to do in life. A lot of them said lawyers, a lot of them said doctors, some said police, but engineer, but a lot of them, it was super cool, wanted to be tour guides, and that just helped me gain even more respect for our 4 tour guides, Eric, Sam, Ole, and Sekecho, and just being with them for 5 days now and seeing all the kids that's their dream. And a lot of our tour guides were from the villages in our Maasai, and just seeing that they made it to their dream, and now all these kids, their dream is to be a tour guide also, is really cool. So we just visited a school right now. We got to meet so many cool kids, hear their stories, hear their goals for life. So now we're here at another school about to play soccer and football. Play football and football with the kids here and with the team from TAASA. So they brought the whole staff here, all of our people that have been helping us all week. So now it's about to get competitive. And as always, I said, who wants to lose? 'Cause I'm not going out with an L today.
Are you gonna win or they gonna win?
Yeah!
CC! Yeah, the winners.
Yes.
Yeah. I believe you. I caught that! I caught that!
I tripped on the grass.
Oh, yeah, that nasty blade of grass.
It's actually really cool because when we started talking about it with our travel agent, we said, okay, we want to do this, we want to play with, we want to play in Africa. So we thought it's just like, okay, we will let you guys play, and you know, we will look for locals who will play with you. But the fact that they brought all the staff and they showed up in full gear, I'm like,
They had
I need to join this game.
They had TAASA uniforms on, like red jerseys.
He's gonna be scoring all the goals. He core right behind him, and then we have like 4 defenders. And then, I'm sorry, Cam and Corey, they could give me that look. Like,
put himself in the most athletic role.
I'll play defender, so I'll be in the back.
So we played a staff versus Bynum Faith Foundation, you know, family.
So we're like, okay, we're just gonna do that. Like, I thought it was gonna be casual. But when we got there, the tour guides, everyone got out the car. You see on the side, the staff set up like our usual snacks and drinks and served us.
And on our team, it was us, our people, like on our trip.
They're serious about it.
Yeah, plus all of our 4 tour guides. And Sam was the MVP. You could tell by the way he runs, just everything, like you're an athlete. So he came up with the high socks, he had the soccer shoes on, and we're like, okay, yeah, this might be our MVP. So he ended up having 2 goals. He's just a dog, like everything. He knows how to pass the ball, he can kick it, he can shoot, he can dribble well, and he knew all the rules. Obviously, me, Corey, Serge, we're just trying to kick the ball and just try and be a one-man army. But I ended up having a goal.
Almost got it. You got the shit. Come on, Red. You got the worst rush in the world.
I've never played soccer a day in my life, but I happen to score.
You see, I told you I'm an athlete. I do this. Good. Yeah.
Shout out Sam. Sam carried us.
Yeah,
Sam was going crazy.
Yeah, Sam was on our team.
Scored 2 goals.
For sure. Yeah, Sam went ham. He was holding it down. You know, because over here they play soccer, so you know they're in a lot better shape, I would say, than us. You know, Cam's a professional athlete, and even Cam.
Yeah, he was cooked. He was dead.
Yeah, Cam's a little tired, so don't lie. Yeah, I saw you taking some plays off.
Game's over, and I still don't know how to play.
You got the win. Like I said it on video. I told Jay, I said, I'm not a soccer player, I'm an athlete. I said, everywhere we've been, anytime, because we get out in the community with the people and we play sports. We got out there and we got the W. Only thing that matters is W's and L's. So boom, we get the W. Bynum Faith Foundation 2-0 now.
We had this moment on the last day, right at the sunset, where we just talked. Eric gave us time to all say our favorite part, and we couldn't repeat what somebody else said. And we were able to say what we were either grateful for, our favorite part of the whole trip. So we went, every single person in the group, including our 4 tour guides, and it talked about how this circle that we had from the tour guides, from the people that we brought on this trip, and everybody was handpicked, just some of our best friends, siblings, my wife, photographers, videographers, everybody down to the tour guides. Like, everything was perfectly placed in there by God, and we're all able to have a lifelong impact on each other. And I don't think that was by accident at all. And I just know that God coordinated everything just for us to be able to see Him do it all. And I think that's really the biggest thing that spoke to me this whole trip, is God's hand is in everything. And being here in Africa and Tanzania specifically really helped me see that.
So we just want to thank you, God. Thank you, God, so much. Thank you, Cam, Lane. Thank you, everyone, for making this trip possible. Like, without God, without Cam, without Lane bringing us here, this would not have been possible for any of us to experience what we have experienced. Like, it's just a trip where, like, you had to be there to know what we're talking about, like, to feel the things that we felt and to connect with those people. But thank you, God. Thank you, TAASA Lodge. Thank you, everyone who made this possible and made us feel like we're at home. We're definitely going to be there next year, twice next year. We already planned the months that we're coming, so be ready to see us again. We're so excited, and I'm just so thankful and grateful for every one of you staff members, everyone for making this possible.
And thank you, our creative team. Shout out to Ken and J3 Productions. We love you so much. And Kayla, for all the efforts.
I don't know where to start. It's been a really, really fun trip. I've had the privilege, me and Corey both have had the privilege of going to multiple trips with Cam and the Bynum family and the Bynum Faith Foundation, so it's definitely been a lot of fun experiences, but this one hits close to home. I can't even describe it. I just felt like really family vibes this whole trip, especially in Africa. Africa will always have a special place in my heart. Mickey, for watching this, my guy. Mickey was definitely good to meet Corey, Sierra, Kazia, Eric, best tour guide. I'm sorry I fell asleep on your shoulder, but it was fun.
First and foremost, definitely thank you to God, because like he said, without God, none of this is possible. And then secondly, thank you to our best friend Cam, because like I said previously, it doesn't have to be this specific group of people, but he handpicked us and wanted all of us to experience this. And
from the bottom of our hearts, TAASA, we thank you guys, every single person from top to bottom, to Roan Travel Design for making this trip happen, down to every single staff member at TAASA, to all the animals that popped their heads out of the bushes for us. We thank you guys for everything and making this the most memorable trip of my life, and now is #1 on my travel list of countries I've been to.
Thank you so much for everything, TAASA. And if I could describe this trip, I'd say it's life-changing. I was telling Cam about, like in every trip, every country, there's always something that is, like I'm learning about myself and about other people, and in every trip there's always something that, that your life will never be the same again, and this is one of those trips. So I'm looking forward to know more about them and their culture, and I can't wait. I'm just so grateful for everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we love Africa. Asante sana. Asante sana.
So tell me, why do they always sing when we're arriving and departing?
Interesting. So with the TAASA, we live like a family. So for you guys are not the guests to us. You guys are part of the family. So all the time, it's our culture. I like to welcome you with a big smile, the dancing, the song. I like to make sure you guys feel at home and enjoy your stay with us.